We are hearing the fuel shortage is causing frequent blackouts and has led to severe gas shortages, soaring prices. And of course, you and I have talked about this, the deterioration of infrastructure in Cuba. What are you seeing, Patrick?
Well, every day there's less cars on the road. You know, when you talk to people, you ask them, not how are you doing, but how much gas do you have? I constantly, telling our colleagues, I don't have enough gas to do that. I hope to be able to get to work in time for this live shot with you, Becky. But it's affecting all walks of life here, certainly regular Cubans, but even members of Cuba's famous Castro clan say that the sanctions, the oil blockade, are now impacting their lifestyle. In this social media satire video, Donald Trump arrives in Cuba to buy the island. While this Trump is a fake, he's dealing with a real member of the Castro family. Fidel Castro's grandson, Sandro Castro, an influencer and nightclub impresario who says he has no interest in politics. The very public face of an otherwise still mysterious family that has held power in Cuba for nearly 7 decades. At an interview in his apartment in Havana, Sandro Castro says he is a sign of the changing times on the communist-run island. And what would your grandfather, Fidel Castro, say that you're more capitalist than communist?
Mi abuelo, a ver, él era una persona que tenía sus principios, cada cual es como él, lógicamente, pero también respetaba a las otras personas. Y ya te digo, es mi forma de pensar.
But all the capitalists had to leave Cuba.
Hay muchas personas en Cuba que piensan capitalistamente y hay muchas personas que quieren que en Cuba haya un capitalismo con una soberanía.
When we arrived for the interview, the neighborhood Castro lives in is in a blackout, a near constant condition these days with the U.S. oil blockade and power plants breaking down. Sandro Castro's apartment is lit by an electric generator. But from his balcony, the surrounding houses are in near total darkness. He shows me his one-bedroom bachelor pad, how he lacks paint for the wall, how his fridge is nearly empty, except for the Cuban beer he's always drinking. I point out that the appliance is a foreign brand that most Cubans could never hope to afford. His famous last name, Sandro Castro wants people to know, doesn't come with any special treatment in a Cuba on the edge of economic collapse.
Hay que luchar como decimos todos los cubanos. Es duro, es duro.
Even for a Castro, hasta para un Castro es duro.
Durísimo, durísimo, porque sufres con miles de dificultades. Lo mismo un día no puedo ver luz, no puedo haber agua, no puedo llegar una mercancía. Es duro, es duro, es duro.
But being a Castro must help you.
Mi apellido es mi apellido, yo orgulloso de mi apellido, lógicamente, pero no veo esa ayuda que usted me está diciendo en ese preámbulo. Yo soy como un ciudadano más.
Cuba faces unprecedented U.S. pressure to open politically and economically. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio, a Cuban American, has been reaching out to Cuban officials, including members of the Castro family. In one of his videos, Sandro Castro pretends to receive a call from Rubio, who he then hangs up on. Rubio has said Cuba needs new leadership, and that could include Cuban President Miguel Diaz-Canel stepping down. Despite Fidel and Raul Castro's support for Diaz-Canel over many years, Sandro Castro says he is no fan. Do you think President Diaz-Canel is doing a good job?
No diría que está haciendo un buen trabajo. Para mí no está haciendo un buen trabajo. Porque hace rato tenía que haber hecho muchísimas cosas que no se han hecho bien. Y hoy en día nos están perjudicando en la actualidad.
Cuba's leaders reject attempts to blame them for the crisis. And Sandro Castro says officials have questioned him about his often surreal and critical postings. As well, Cuban exiles regularly attack him online, he says. Why do you think there are people, though, that hate the Castro family so much?
Es complicado porque también a lo mejor yo le digo, muchos cubanos también hubieran querido ser más capitalistas. Pienso hasta que la mayoría de los cubanos quieren el capitalismo, no el comunismo. Y a lo mejor eso crea una diferencia y un odio que tristemente no es producente.
Sandro Castro says he supports Trump's calls to open the economy, if not his threats against the island. At the end of his video, he takes the U.S. leader on a tour of Havana. Hope from at least one member of the Castro family that a historic deal with the U.S. and opening on the island are possible. And I think few people will cry tears for Fidel Castro's difficulties. Of course, regular Cubans suffer far, far worse. But what is interesting, Becky, about this interview is you have someone who's a member of Cuba's most famous family taking shots at the country's president, who was picked by his great uncle and was supported by his grandfather, certainly, and calling for more capitalism. Those are the kind of comments that up until recently would get you into serious, serious trouble. Obviously, if your last name is Castro, there are exceptions to that rule. He seems to feel that this opening is coming and he's more free to voice these kinds of opinions. As I always say here, Becky, we'll just have to see.